Welcome back to Go Vital. I'm Sara and I'm so glad you have joined for episode 4. Today we are talking about something that can completely change the way you approach your wellness journey. The power of small wins. It's easy to focus on the big goals and the end results, but often it's the small victories along the way that truly keeps us going. Let's take a moment to think about how we often approach change. We set these big, ambitious goals for ourselves, like losing a certain amount of weight, running a marathon, or completely transforming our diet. And while those goals are important, they can also feel overwhelming. The truth is, when we focus too much on the end goal, we might lose sight of the progress we are making along the way. I have been there myself. When I was in a really tough spot, dealing with anxiety and depression, everything felt overwhelming. Just getting through the day was a challenge. I remember thinking that I had to completely overhaul my life to feel better. And that thought alone was exhausting. It felt like climbing a mountain with no end in sight. But what I've learned through my journey is that change doesn't have to happen all at once. In fact, it shouldn't. Real, lasting change happens gradually, step by step, one small victory at a time. And those small wins? They are just as important, if not more so, than the big milestones. So, what exactly do I mean by small wins? I'm talking about the little things that might seem insignificant on their own but add up to something powerful. For example, maybe you have set a goal to drink more water each day. That's a small win. Or perhaps you decided to spend just 5 minutes meditating before bed. That's another small win. These are the building blocks of change. Why are these small wins so powerful? First of all, they are manageable. When you set a small, achievable goal, you're more likely to stick with it. And when you achieve it, you get a little boost of confidence, a little rush of pride. That's the dopamine talking. It's your brain's way of rewarding you for your efforts. And that little boost can be incredibly motivating. It makes you want to keep going, to keep building on that success. But small wins are also powerful because they create momentum. Think of it like pushing a snowball down a hill. It starts out small, but as it rolls, it becomes more snow, and before you know it, you have got a big, powerful snowball rolling down the hill. Your small wins work the same way. They build on each other, creating momentum that makes it easier to keep moving forward. I have seen this play out in my life. I'm sure many of you have experienced it too. When I first started my wellness journey, it wasn't about making huge changes all at once. It was about making one small change at a time and letting those changes build on each other. I started with meditation, just 5 minutes a day. Then I added a short workout. Then I started paying more attention to what I was eating. Each of these changes was small on its own, but together they created a routine that completely transformed my life. And here's the thing. When you start focusing on small wins, something amazing happens. You start to realize that change is possible. You start to believe in yourself. You start to see that you're capable of more than you ever thought. And that belief in yourself is incredibly powerful. It's what keeps you going, even when things get tough. One of the most important lessons I have learned is that you don't have to wait for the big wins to celebrate. Celebrate those small victories every step of the way. Did you drink an extra glass of water today? Celebrate that. Did you take a 5-minute walk during your lunch break? Celebrate that too. These small wins deserve to be acknowledged because they are proof that you're making progress. It's also important to recognize that small wins aren't just about physical health. They are about mental and emotional health too. Maybe you have been struggling with negative self-talk, and today you caught yourself and turned it around. That's a huge win. Or maybe you have been feeling overwhelmed, and today you took 5 minutes to breathe deeply and calm your mind. That's another win. Another aspect to consider is how small wins can influence those around you. When I started taking care of myself, focusing on my health and well being, my kids noticed. They saw the changes I was making and they started to follow suit. It wasn't something I forced on them, they simply observed and were inspired by my actions. And that's the beauty of small wins. When you take care of yourself, you set an example for others. You show them that it's possible to make positive changes one step at a time. This ripple effect is powerful. By focusing on your small wins, you're not just improving your own life, you're also making a positive impact on those around you, whether it's your family, friends, or even colleagues. People notice the changes you're making, and it can inspire them to start their own journey. So, how can you start incorporating small wins into your life? Here are 5 tips. First, start small. Choose one small goal to focus on. It could be as simple as drinking an extra glass of water each day or taking a 5-minute walk. The key is to make it achievable. 2. Be consistent. Consistency is key when it comes to small wins. Make it a part of your daily routine, and over time, it will become a habit. 3. Celebrate every win. No matter how small, take a moment to celebrate your achievement, whether it's a pat on the back, a note in your journal, or sharing it with a friend. Acknowledging your progress is important. 4. Build on your success. Once you have mastered one small win, add another. Let your wins build on each other, creating momentum that propels you forward. 5. Stay positive. Focus on what you're achieving rather than what you haven't done yet. Positive reinforcement will keep you motivated and help you stay on track. As you go about your day, I encourage you to start looking for those small wins. They are there, even if they seem insignificant at first. Remember, it's the accumulation of these small victories that leads to big changes. And the best part? You don't have to wait to feel proud of yourself. You can start celebrating today, right now. Thank you for joining me today on Glow Vital. I hope this episode has inspired you to start recognizing and celebrating the small wins in your own life. Remember, you are capable of amazing things, and it all starts with that first small step. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing on Spotify and following us on Instagram and Facebook. Your support means so much to me, and I'm excited to continue sharing this journey with you. In the next episode, we'll explore another key element of wellness. So stay tuned. Until next time, keep shining and remember, every small win counts.